It's time for EdTech Mondays, brought to you by MasterCard Foundation and CC Hub.
Across Nigeria, EdTech startups are innovating at a rapid pace, with governments at both federal and state levels continuing to navigate systems, infrastructure, and capacity constraints. But the key question remains: what works in practice for government to partner effectively with EdTech innovators and to achieve scalable adoption that truly works for teachers and learners? As we continue the conversation for this month, we turn the spotlight on EduTAMS and AI Teacha, exploring their journeys from pilot launch to monitoring and evaluation. We still have the same guests from last week in the studio with me. And today, they will share firsthand how these pilots were implemented and the operational challenges they encountered, as well as early outcomes and success metrics that were guiding government's decisions. We will hear how these partnerships were initiated, the critical data points the government used to track impact, and the insights that determined whether the solutions were ready to scale or not. As we unpack these stories, you'll gain practical lessons on how responsive pilots are designed, measured, and positioned for systemic adoption, as well as a clearer picture of how government and innovators can work together to maximize EdTech impact. My name is Nisi Madu, Managing Partner at CC Hub, and today we'll be continuing episode 2 of our series, Government's Role in Accelerating Local EdTech Adoption. I still have with me my guests from episode 1. We still have Emmanuel Akpan, the co-founder of AI Teacha, Ogbuke Njideka Dorothy, the Director, School Support Division, Education Support Services, Department of the Federal Ministry of Education, Dr. Ademola Adenubi, the founder of EduTAMS, and Mr. Wasiu Adewale Olabode, the Director of Education in the Department of Educational Planning, Research, and Statistics. You're all welcome again.
The whole concept for AI Teacher is to simplify the day-to-day tasks they do by 80%, making sure that teachers have more time to teaching students, and of course their burnout is reduced to the barest minimum, so that they can focus on making sure that every student in their classroom learns the way they need to learn. So we are super excited to be part of the MasterCard Foundation EdTech Fellowship, the Cohort 3. We've joined, and we hope that we'll be able to improve our products to reach teachers across Africa. One of the things we look at achieving at the MasterCard Foundation EdTech Fellowship is on our product. We are looking at gaining more experience and getting from the expertise of our mentors here to improve our product to become a global standard product.
So you built AI Teacher, you are focusing on the teachers in mind, and then now on the other end, there's the Federal Ministry of Education who believe that they need to empower their teachers to be able to leverage technology to effectively improve teaching and learning fast. And then there's AI Teacher on this end. So from your perspective, how did that connection happen? How were you able to secure buy-in from them to roll out AI Teacher in the federal unity schools across the country?
I think for us, we first have to ascertain that this AI Teacher is actually doing what the promise is going to do, right? So promise that it was going to reduce how much time teachers basically spend on administrative tasks daily. So we had to test that out, private schools and few government schools here in Ogun State. So, and I think one very amazing school here, government school, I think already where we had our impact story with, right? So after the test, the whole school adopted, and we said, okay, and we basically asked a few questions to understand how amazing that this could actually work across other schools. So based on that knowledge, we just tried to send in a letter telling them that we have a platform, we've proven it. Schools are using it, and it's basically proven that this is basically reducing, it's giving back time to teachers, and it's improving student learning. So they asked that we come in, we went in to defend it, like show it to them. I think in that room we had all the heads of department, from the primary, secondary, also from tertiary institution, we were all in that meeting, and we showed them AI Teacher, the excitement, the fact that it's a local product, that it basically answered some of the questions, some of the things that we're actually looking at solving, right? Some of the things that they see when they go out there, so the excitement was so deep. Immediately that they told us, okay, do this right across all the schools. So few weeks later, we got the letter to go ahead and start piloting, I think about 6, and we've done that in Abuja and of course Lagos. So in the next month, we'll be doing across other geopolitical zones. So yes, it was just us showing them what we built, and they saw the value in it and said, okay, let's see how that is.
Thank you so much, Manu. I mean, you've highlighted again very important points I would like to reiterate. One, that the first point of call was to make sure that your solution is actually doing what you've designed it to do. And you tested it in, similar contexts with a government school in Lagos. And when you presented this, of course, you were able to show and highlight that data. But more importantly, it was the fact that it's a local innovation, and that this local innovation, I think that's one of the biggest powers that local innovation has, that it can be contextually aligned to the core needs of our education system within the country. Dr. Adenubi, from your perspective, how did you get that buy-in from the state government to roll out EduTAMS?
Thank you for that. I think it's about a two-way approach. One for us is to first do the proof of concept, which was to allow government to use our platform to see how it works. And while we're doing that, we also understand also from our baseline research that one reason why technology is not working in government is that people are not allowing those in government to take over the technology. So we were very much cautious that as we'll approach government, we handed over the control of the use of the platform to the government official, while we focus majorly on the technology. So creating a school, adding new teachers, all of these were things that the government officials on their own, the education officers are able to do. So we first ceded that control to them. And I think when they were the one that were actually doing all of this, then it became something that we could answer the question of the sense of ownership. So they own it, and because they own it, they were able to trust their judgment on the use of the platform. And then they were, as a consequence of that, able to trust us to do this for them. So I think that is the magic that actually addressed the question of trust, which was to address trust from control perspective, and then also doing beyond that control, ensuring that the bureaucratic structure in government, where you have this cascaded structure of superior controlling the system over the subordinate, were also enforced using the roles and permission basis that we have on the platform. So it's become easier for the state official to control the activities of zonal education officers, and then zonal education officers being able to use the platform to control the activities of the principals in schools, and the principal also using the platform to control the activities of teachers in their schools. So that cascaded roles and approach actually ensured the trust that we're able to get from government, and coupled that with what I said around transferring control and ensuring sense of ownership was also something that I think we got right in our approach and dealing with government, and that ensured trust. So today, government at different level, whether at state or at the local government level, are in control of the use of the EduTAMS platform, and they have that sense of ownership, so they can answer questions to it. So we now limited ourselves carefully to the technology support that we're providing with the platform. So that's how we achieved their trust.
Very important points there that you've highlighted that also connects with what Emmanuel mentioned, which is it's important that we build trust, and building trust by driving the opportunity for ownership. And that is even further cemented by the fact that you designed EduTAMS to align with the current systems within the state and how they currently run their operations, enabling them to have full control of all of those elements. I think that's really key.
Today's discussion reminds us that pilots are not just technical tests. They are trust-building exercises. They reveal whether solutions can work in real-world classrooms, whether institutions are prepared for change, and whether partnerships can withstand operational realities. As we conclude this part, we'd like to hear from you, our listeners. What should be the single most important success metric for any government-backed EdTech pilot in Nigeria? Share your thoughts with us in the comments, on social media, or through our direct message channels via SMS or WhatsApp at 0703 165 0809 or call 0706 402 0742. Remember, you can continue this discussion on our WhatsApp and Telegram channels, EdTech Mondays Nigeria, and don't forget, past episodes are always available on Spotify, EdTech Mondays Nigeria, and YouTube, CC Hub Africa. Your feedback will help shape the conversations we host and the policy dialogues we advocate for. Until next time, bye for now.
Tech Mondays, brought to you by MasterCard Foundation and CC Hub.